Yes, you lovely people, if you're not already, make sure you give us a follow over on Spotify.
And I remember having the meeting, I went in with mum and dad and they just said, listen, we're going to let you go. And we went out the meeting and we just said, like, what's next, really? I worked in River Island.
No.
On a Sunday, I worked in a toy shop. Just said, are you under contract here? What's the situation? I said, I'm under contract at River Island. Playing under Gerard, he's the first one to tell you that. It ended up that the president of Poland got my passport for me, like really quickly,
Wow.
I'm like, it's Lewandowski, like, it's mad, isn't it, really, when you think about it? He's just a goal scorer, he's brilliant, and he, like, you can just feel his presence, you know, when he's in around, and Jack Grealish,
Of course,
never seen anything like it.
Really?
Unbelievable, yeah. Like, the things he can do is just ridiculous.
Oh, that's a tough question.
That's a tough question.
Because there's 4 that are right up there. Could hurt some people here.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Fozcast. Today we are joined by the Polish CAFU, Aston Villa right back Matty Cash. How are you, mate?
Great.
You
Great
okay?
to be here, yeah. Enjoyed Leamington.
I've got to say, mate, right, Matty's been in the office for about 10 minutes so far, and he honestly is about the nicest bloke that I think we've had in here a long time, isn't he?
Mate, I think I might replace you as my best mate.
He is
with him as my best
He's
mate.
world class. He hasn't stopped smiling. All he's doing is buzzing off the Fozcast, buzzing off the Cycling GK, buzzing off Leamington.
Like, you in my shirt ain't here, though.
You should have bought one.
Yeah, sorry, I wouldn't.
If you'd have, I'll tell you what, send me one in the post.
Only
all
round
right?
the corner.
A nice little sign. Yeah, drop it in. You can drop in anytime you want. Before we get into the podcast, we're going to be talking all sorts of stuff with Matty, by the way. Poland, friggin' Lewandowski, playing right back, Forest, Villa, all that kind of stuff. If you haven't yet subscribed, honestly, I'm not too fussed. It really doesn't bother me. As long as you keep watching our stuff and you enjoy what we're doing and you buzz off it, that will do me. Positivity in the comments, all that kind of stuff. Sweet as a nut.
I'm fussed.
No, sorry. No, honestly. As long as you enjoy it, that'll do me. Boom, buzzing. And secondly, what else do we need to do?
Call out Craig Dawson again.
Craig Dawson, big dog. Come on, mate. We need you on now, right? You're taking the mick. You're texting me. Then you're blanking me. And then you're saying you're coming on. And then you blank me. I need you on here, all right? We're getting off to a good start on season 4, didn't we?
We are off to an absolute flyer.
We are flying on season 4, so we'll get you on soon. Anyway, Matty, we've got some like nice little icebreaker questions for you, okay? Yeah. You do not know what I'm going to ask you here, all right? But don't worry, it's nothing dodgy, all right? It's dead easy, right? I need to know from you, what is your favourite ever song, yeah? What your favourite ever movie is, and what your favourite TV show is of all time. We'll start with favourite song.
My favourite song, I like the old classic music. So
is that you, yeah?
Yeah, I like it. I like the old Elton John and the old Rod Stewart's and all that.
Wow.
So I'm going to go Candle in the Wind.
Oh, wow.
John,
Oh, is that you? Do you like to feel a little bit like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you might get home, you put a bit of a sad song on, and it's
Do you know what? I like
this
Rocket
is
Man
nice.
as well, actually.
Rocket
Yeah.
Man's
On the way
a banger,
to training,
mate.
get your spirits going.
Yeah,
Power
Rocket Man's
ballads, though.
banging.
So have you got a bit singing wise?
Nah, do you know what? I can't sing, but...
Did you do an initiation song at Villa?
I did. What did I do? I done a... what did I do? Initiation. I think I done Justin Bieber.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
The
Talk
lads
to me.
are like-
Talk to me about that moment. You know when you'll go for dinner and you know all of a sudden you hear, well, I don't know how to do it. I haven't got a thing. When you hear, when you hear that, yeah, try and describe to everybody at home what this feeling is like.
That feeling's awful. I don't even think you eat your dinner when you're around the dinner table. Obviously, you travel the night before, and you always do it before an away game, or when you're at an away game in the hotel. And when that fork goes, you just think,
Your taste buds go. You can't taste food.
Yeah.
Like food ain't even a thing anymore. You're just thinking, oh my
Not
god.
the COVID.
It's not the COVID.
When I was at Forest as well, I made my debut at 18, so I'd done it quite early, and then we had a few experienced heads in the dressing room. And I think we was on tour actually in Portugal, and I remember this is going to be the worst. But you just get through it, and the lads. It's easier when the lads start clapping like that, and you think, oh, we're nearly done.
You've got to be clever about what song you pick. So if you sing a song quickly that goes into the chorus and everybody knows it and they can join in and clap, it's boom.
Lads, have you ever had one where there's absolute silence and the crowd aren't having it?
There's been a few of them. Yeah, and they're looking at, what's this going on? You're better off half giving it a go and getting everyone on the feet. And
that's it. Yeah, you've got to give it something because you'll just die a painful death otherwise. You've got to try and make them laugh.
That feeling's right up with the worst.
Yeah. Okay. So, done your favourite song, favourite movie.
Right,
we'll do TV show first.
TV
show.
in
Are you good to go with a TV show?
Yeah, In-Betweeners is my favourite TV show. Love the In-Betweeners.
Brilliant.
That's
When you're
class.
bored, you put the In-Betweeners on, don't you?
I think, honestly, I still believe that the In-Betweeners doesn't get spoken about enough as being an absolute... I know it's a British thing, yeah,
Oh.
and I think that's probably the reason why it isn't, but it is world class, isn't it?
It's up there.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I thought about the favourite movies, Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh,
Gotta be
it's
up there,
nice.
innit? It's a great
that
movie,
is.
innit?
Modern
that?
day
It is.
classic.
It's one
It
of the best.
It is. I'm
Yeah,
with
it's
you.
class.
Margot Robbie in that. Woof. Different.
Different level.
All right, we're going to get into it. Okay. Also, if you are listening to this, you know that now we are able to be watched, aren't we? So on Spotify, you can actually watch the podcast. You can listen to us as you're doing right now. Sweets and nuts, stay there. But you can also rotate your phone sideways and watch us.
Watch the podcast.
Simple as that. Okay, Matty, I'm going to take you back a few years, okay? Because I had a bit of a similar start to you in football where I wasn't in the youth team to start with, all that kind of stuff, and I had a bit of an unconventional route into the pro game. And you're very similar to this, aren't you? Because you were at Wycombe as a kid, and then the team actually got disbanded, didn't they? The youth team, there wasn't enough money, disbanded, and you went and joined what they called the FAB, like the FAB basically. It's like a coaching thing for young footballers, young, prosperous, kind of wanting to do stuff footballers, and you also do college at the same time, yeah?
Yeah, so obviously when I was younger, I think I joined Wycombe when I was 13 to 16, and then it came to a stage where you obviously get offered a scholarship, and I actually got released before they cut the academy. So I had a meeting with Richard Dobson, I think it was. He was the head of academy at the time, and then he went on to be the assistant manager in the first team. So I've gone in the meeting, and I kind of knew that I was when I was younger, I hadn't developed a lot. I was
Physically,
a small
yeah?
developer. Yeah, physically, I wasn't like strong or powerful.
Yeah.
I was quite small and skinny. And I remember having the meeting. I went in with mum and dad, and they just said, "Listen, we're going to let you go." And obviously gutted at the time.
So you were 16 at this point?
Yeah, I was 16. Yeah, and obviously you go on to be a scholar at 17, so it was for the next season. So, and 3 months after my meeting, they cut the whole academy. So even if I did get a scholar, I wouldn't have. I'd have
You
been
were getting
finished.
released anyway?
Yeah, I was
kind of
getting
thing.
released anyway. So I remember being gutted, and my dad was in the game. My dad obviously played, and we went out the meeting, and we just said like, "What's next, really?" Because at school I didn't get great grades. I wasn't the most academic.
Is that how it goes, kind of thing? Is there a lot of? Do you think that's a common thing for young footballers where you're in an academy, you're training? What were you training at 13, 14? Like 4 to 5 times a week?
Nah. It was Tuesday, Thursday nights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 'cause I was at school, obviously.
Yeah,
so, Tuesday, Thursday nights, my mum used to drive me all over the gaff.
Mate, people, do you know what? I've got to say this. Shout out to all the parents of
Yeah.
like academy
Oh.
footballers. The sacrifice they have to make, isn't it? It is incredible.
They make more sacrifice than the actual player.
I totally agree,
Like,
mate. I'm
with
with
work, when you're
Yeah.
obviously when you're a parent, you got work, you got loads of stuff to think about, and you got to take your kids to school on a Tuesday and Thursday night. So credit to them.
And they still don't know if you're going to be fully
No,
making it or
like,
not like
that's
that.
what
But
I
they're
mean.
committing to this for you.
Yeah.
So I can imagine when you get told at 16, listen, he's not going to be kept on.
I was gutted.
Gutted, yeah.
And all I wanted to do was play football. I love football. I remember, as I said, at school I wasn't the brightest, so it was sort of what I relied on really. But when you're a young boy, everyone wants to be
It's
a
your dream,
footballer. It's your
isn't it?
dream,
Yeah.
innit? So
With the youth team getting disbanded after though,
yeah.
This happens quite a lot in football these days, especially lower league, doesn't it? And we were talking about it earlier on. And you look at when these teams get disbanded. Do you think that they just say, right, we're going to pull the plug on the system, or do we look at what prospects we've got to see how we maximise?
Yeah, I think firstly you got to look at if there's any prospects in that academy that can play straight in the first team. Because if there is a few, then maybe you look to either get the players that are good enough to put them straight in the first team squad, or if there's a lot of them, then you keep the academy. I think that's that.
Or you
that's
contract them and sell them.
Yeah, or you do that. Yeah. So there was one boy, Jake Gray, he was a top player, and he was only 18 or something, and he went straight into the first team from the academy. So they've cut the academy and put him straight into the first team. So they obviously thought there was only one.
What do you think it is then that from sort of 16 to sort of 17 and then sort of getting scouted by Forest, all that kind of stuff? What do you think it is? Is it literally just physical? Is it your body kind of grew up and you got stronger, all that kind of stuff? Is it a bit of mental?
Well, this was it. I came out of that meeting and I thought I either pack football in or I just try and do the best I can to either to try and get to where I am here today. So we went away and this opportunity came up at Fab Academy, and my brother just got a scholarship there. So it was at Bisham Abbey Sports Centre. It was a beautiful facility, and it was a new up and coming college really. And my dad knew the owner, and he rang him up. He said, "Listen, we obviously offer a 2-year scholarship here, and we think it would be good for Matty to come here and develop." So I ended up doing that.
So what are you doing here? Are you travelling there? Are you staying there?
So it's at Bishop Abbey. I lived in Langley, so it was about 25 minutes from home. So it wasn't far. My brother joined the academy. He was a 2nd-year scholar there at the time. I was 2 years below my brother, so I ended up going there. He used to drive me in every day because we lived at home. So it was a good fit there.
Perfect. Really good fit.
Yeah. And because I didn't get any grades at school, right? The lads that would get a scholar would do train in the morning, education in the afternoon, and I didn't get any grades. So before I even joined, the owner rang me and said, "Listen, mate, we believe in you. We think that you've got something in football. So when you come here, you're going to train with the scholars in the morning, and in the afternoon, you're going to train with the older boys."
Basically, you've got no hope academic-wise.
No. Yeah. So like, I'm thinking, I'm all out here. On a Saturday, I worked in River Island.
No.
On a Sunday, I worked in the toy shop to earn my money. Yeah.
Wow.
So
these are the sort of stories people need to hear. Honestly, mate, this is absolute world class, because I guarantee you there's so many people, so many lads like get released, whatever, and they just think that's it, boom, game over. It's not, is it?
So I went to college Monday to Friday, training in the morning with my boys, training in the afternoon with the older boys, and I was just developing as a player. My body got more physical. I was training with older lads, so I was a bit more like in that sort of bracket of training with older lads and getting stronger. And then I'd do my gym sessions, and I was proper at it. I sacrificed a lot in the 2 years. Well, I was only there, ended up being there a year and a bit because I went on to go to Forest. But I remember Saturday and Sunday, my mum used to take me to work, and then I started driving so I could drive myself in. £5 an hour I was on.
No.
Yeah, in River Island, in the ladies
Staff
section I was working. I didn't get stuff.
Didn't even get stuff.
I didn't, And then on the Sunday, I was at a place called Daniel's in Windsor. Yeah. And obviously River Island was next to Daniel's, so it was easy. I used to go there in the morning. It's only 15 minutes from home. And I remember actually having to leave because obviously I went on to get a scholarship at Forest, and then the manager was fuming at the toy department.
Because you're leaving to go
play
pro football.
Notice in. I'm thinking I'm going to sign for Forest.
And you weren't having it?
Having it.
Mate, this is absolutely world class, isn't it? So at this point then, you're signing for Forest, yeah?
So at this point, I've had obviously a year, and I've done a year at the scholarship.
Yeah.
Developed a little bit. I was a bit stronger, and I thought I've got a chance. I'm doing all right here. So we ended up playing Forest in a friendly. And it was a big day, obviously. I think there was about 70 scholars that we had at Bishop Abbey. So he's played the best. It was the second-year scholars game.
Yeah.
And obviously I was only a first year, so I didn't even start. So the manager of Fab said to me, "Listen, we're going to bring you on at half-time and see how you do," because I was obviously only young. So I came on at half-time, done well. And then the Jimmy Gilligan and Gary Brazil, the academy managers at Forest, were obviously there because it was the Forest game. And they came up to me at the end and said, "Listen, we like you. How old are you?" And asked me a few questions and that. Just said, "Are you under contract here? What's the situation?" I said, I'm under contract at River Island."
Manager's going to be fuming.
Make him an offer.
So then the game finished. I was happy in that. And then the academy manager the manager at Fab pulled me in the office after they'd gone or whatever. And he said, "Listen, they're going to offer you a trial up there."
Wow. In
like 2 or 3 weeks. And I was like, bloody hell, this is amazing.
Proper football.
Yeah.
And your dad was at Forest?
My dad was a player, yeah. My dad was at Forest, yeah. Played for like Wickham, Binfield and all them. And then he'd done his knee. He's got broccoli knee, so he packed it in early.
Not wrong with broccoli knees, mate. Right? Not wrong with that.
So yeah, and then I've gone in. I think it was 2-3 weeks later, I went up and the manager at Fab said, "Listen, we're going to send one of the other boys with you just to make you feel a bit more comfortable in the group." So my best mate came up with me and trained.
Decent.
James Arden, my best mate, yeah. So we've gone up there. It was brilliant. Before we'd done anything, we drove past the Forest ground and we've pulled in and we've got in, and I just said to the guy, "Can I have a look at the ground?" So he's let me in and I'm just stood there at the Forest pitch. Like, this is unreal. 17, 18. I was like, I said to my mate, "Imagine playing here one day. This would be like dream come true, wouldn't it?"
To be fair, the Forest Stadium's pretty impressive. Once you're in there and you look around the place, you go, "Woof." Yeah.
On match day, it's loud as well. When they're doing well, it's brilliant. So then we've gone back in. We were staying in the academy digs and stuff like that, and then went in training the next day. The level was like going from the college to the under 18s was like even like a level.
Huge step up.
Yeah, huge step up, and it was only under 18s football. So we've trained. I love telling the story actually because not a lot of people know about it. And then I've gone in, I've trained. I think I trained for 2 or 3 days, and then it come to a Saturday, and they had Colchester United, the 18s, on the Saturday. And the academy manager pulled me in and said, "Listen, we're going to play you and see how you do."
So at this point, then you're thinking, "I think they're having me."
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if they were having me. They didn't really give any clues. I was training. I trained all right. I think I trained once with the first team as well in the first couple of days. Yeah, because they were lacking numbers. So I was like, I remember I trained with the first team once. I was tucking my trousers in. Dougie Freeman was the manager at the time, and he's pulled me and he's gone, "Son, why you put your hands down? Why are you putting your hands down your trousers?" I said, "No, Gaff, I was tucking my t-shirt in." He killed me. I was so nervous at the time. So anyway, I went to Colchester away. We played this game, won 4-1, scored 1, set up 3.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I had a blinder. So I've got on the coach, and Gary Brazil's on the coach. He's the head, obviously the academy manager at Forest. And he said, "Well played, Matty." And I said, "Cheers, mate." And he went, "Just to let you know, Matty, I'm not your mate. I'm the academy manager." And me and Gaz are like that now, like obviously coming through. And I was like, "Fuck," because at the time I didn't know.
Yeah. Again though, people might think, "God, he sounds like he's a bit of a dickhead."
Yeah.
I'm not your mate. But that's how it has to be.
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
It?
Like
It does.
I had Kev McDonald, Jimmy Gilligan, and Gary Brazil, and they were the best thing for me.
Really, yeah.
They were like set the rules out straight. I've always got respect for people anyway, no matter who they are. So I didn't say "cheers, mate" in terms of
it's
being
just what
like,
it's just how
I was
you
just
speak
like
to
yeah,
people.
and I was sort of in the world on my own. I got on this coach, right, and I'd scored and I'd set up like a few goals, and I was thinking, "Oh, buzzing here." Like I was just in my own sort of world. This is only for the 18s, you know, just from where I come from. Anyway, so got back to the training ground, trained the next day. I trained with the 21s the next day, and then I had a meeting with Gary in the evening. I think it was the next day, and he's pulled me in. They've offered me a scholar and a 1-year pro. Yeah.
Wow.
And a 1-year pro.
Yeah, 1-year pro as well. Yeah. So I had the second year of my scholar, and then I had a 1-year pro.
So basically a 2-year contract.
Yeah, and then he said to me, "You're going to go straight in with the 21s and train with them."
Mate.
So I was like, in the space of weeks, this was like going from working in a toy shop to training with the 21s and joining in with the first team every now and then in the space of like.
That's surely just like that kind of like growth kind of thing can boggle your head a little bit at times though, can't it as well? Do you know what I mean? You must have been thinking sometimes, "Mate, do I belong here?" Do you know what I mean? Has that ever crept into your mind kind of thing?
A little bit, yeah. But I've always sort of like, because I know how hard I worked.
Yeah.
Like even in that year being a scholar at Fab, I like everything was to get to this moment. So it was sort of for me, like can't like let this slide. Do you know what I mean? I've got to like work so hard to get here.
What a guy.
Well, I've worked so hard to get here.
So what happened with so when did you kind of start mixing it up with the first team?
So I had obviously half a season in the 21s, and I was 17 at the time. And then I remember Joe Worrell, one of our players in the 21s, went on loan to Dagenham, and a few of the boys started drifting off on loan. And I thought, loan might be quite good for me. Dougie Freeman was the manager at the time, as I said. And Gary pulled me in, he said, "Listen, Dagenham want to take you on loan. Dagenham, Redbridge, and Wickham wanted to take me on loan."
Wow.
And I'd been released there a year.
And now they're coming back to get you out.
2 years before, yeah.
Wow.
Mate.
In League Two.
That must feel lovely.
Like, yeah, I was like, same manager, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, weird. And then obviously from that stage, going from the 18 to the 21, I developed massively. I was in the gym every day. You know, it's like in the academy and the 21s, they pump you in the gym. We had really good gym people there that would have us on it every day.
Yeah.
As I said, Kev McDonald, Jimmy Gilligan were the best things for me.
Yeah.
They had me at it every day. And then I went on loan to Dagenham, played I think 12 games, scored 3 goals.
From right back here, yeah?
No. I was a midfielder.
Shut
I was a
up,
number
where are
8.
you?
I've only been a right back 2 years.
No way.
Yeah, 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah.
Mate, that's how it happens.
I'll tell you
you start
this,
off at the top of the pitch, you end up working. You'll be in goal soon, you man. You'll be in there, honestly. That's the way it goes.
I have more clean sheets than you.
I love it.
So I've gone on loan to Dagenham. Came back. Dougie got the sack while I was at Dagenham, and season finished. I enjoyed my time at Dagenham. It was brilliant. Summer came. New manager came in at Forest in pre-season. I've got back for pre-season Matty here with the first team.
Oof.
Yeah, I was like, time to impress here. Philip Montagnier was the manager. He's a French manager. Just got given the job. Pulled me in straight away. He said, "Matty, I want you with us." I was like, wow. Then we went away to Spain on pre-season, and I was playing. like in the games and stuff. And then he pulled me and said, Matty, I'm going to start you in the first game. I was
God.
18, yeah.
In the Champo at this point,
Championship,
yeah.
Against Burton Albion the first game.
And you're what, 20?
No, I was 18, yeah.
What?
Yeah, 18, yeah. And then I played the first game, and then in the third game, I think, we played Villa away, and I got a crack in my knee.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'd like stretched my knee out to block the ball, and Tommy Elphick passed it into my foot, and my knee twisted, and I got a little crack. Yeah, so I was out for 2-3 months with that. And I started well. The first 2 games, the third, I think it was the 4th game, I played well, yeah. And I was like, this is amazing.
Do you think, I see a lot of like young players do this kind of stuff. They like meteoric rise, they get into the team, they're absolutely smashing it. And then it's like, it always happens. They always pick up some sort of an injury, something like that, something like even like an ACL or something like that. It's almost like their body's just been playing so much football already, and it's like adrenaline auto thing. And then eventually, when they settle into the team and they're like, "Yeah, I belong here," that's when something happens. It's mad, isn't it?
Well, I'm a big believer. Everything happens for a reason.
Nice,
so
I like that.
Maybe that.
Me
happened
too.
for a
I live like that.
Yeah,
I'm exactly the same.
I'm a big believer, especially in football, like that, because in football, things don't go your way.
True that.
And things do go your way. So when you win, you can't get too high, and when you lose, you can't get too low. It's just how it is.
This is what I say.
It's true though, isn't it?
It's
because
exactly true.
As I've got older, the more games I've played, and the more experience I got. Like, football is a crazy game. You've just got to stay on the same level. You got to go in every day, work hard. And if things get low, I think that's good. When things get tough, you got to dig deep.
That's where you learn a bit
of character.
mate. Yeah.
Can't be all plain and sailing every day.
Damn
can it?
right.
I think that anyway.
Mate, you've got it right. You are. Don't let anybody ever say anything other than you. I'm exactly the same as you. Everything happens for a reason, right? And even if you've got a little injury, like now, for example, it gives you a chance to work on something else.
100%.
You know what I mean? Get in the gym, work on this. Another little like flaw that you might have, I'll work on that instead, and I'll nail it. So when I'm back, I'm even better than I was before.
And the more games you play, and the more experience you get, obviously, you know better than me. Like when like you have a bad game and stuff like that, you're low. But like in a year's time, no one remembers that. So why do you get low? Why not just think, lift my head up, I'm here for a reason, I'm obviously a good player, then just enjoy it.
There's another game next week. There's another game next week. So I ain't going to take this miserable, low confidence. I ain't going to take it into that one. It's a fresh start. It's a fresh game to go and show everybody what I can do. Boom.
I'm the type of character, I make myself do well, you know?
Yeah.
I like do everything I can to make sure I like not an excuse, I've done that in the week or shouldn't have done that last week. You know, I just think.
Well, if you've prepared properly and you've done everything, like you say, in the gym, and you've made sure you've worked on everything, if it don't go right in the game, that's cool. Football. I'll hold my hands up because it ain't always going to go right. You ain't trying to make a mistake, are you? No. You ain't trying to cock up or score an own goal or make it slip up or something. Yeah. That's just life, mate. That's the way it goes.
And like, I've obviously playing under Gerrard, he's the first one to tell you that.
Is he? Yeah.
Like, he like me and him have chats quite often. Like he'll pull me in the office and he'll say to me, Matty, I need you at it more, or stuff like that. And he's the one who will speak to me and say, listen, this is the same as me when I was a player.
Really? Yeah.
Like, you go through times where you think I'm not playing great here, but you just get through it.
All right, I'm taking you back to Forest. Okay, so you're in the first team now. Yeah, you're doing well.
By the way, to get to this point, and you still got a long way to go. Like,
yeah, of course.
You play 1 or 2 games in the champ or whatever. That's like nothing nowadays.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like you have to.
You've got to be showing that
such
you can
a big
really do
I'm
it.
still 25, and from there to here, I've like gone through loads.
Really? Yeah.
So that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, Forest. So you're smashing it, right? And then when so we who did we speak about that move to get in the big one, to get in the Villa move, right? It was Jared Bowen, wasn't it? He was telling us when he was at Hull and the move to West Ham was about to happen. He said that moment in time. He said, honestly, I didn't believe it. It was like, nah, come on. He says, I'm a kid from Hereford who, like, my dad's my best mate. I've got my best mate who lives next door to me. He says, that's about it. Do you know what I mean?
He should have moved before that. Mate, he scored 20 goals in the champ consistently for 2 or 3 seasons.
I'm with you. He was a no-brainer, wasn't it? It was never but in his head, though, still, he still had this feeling of like, do I really belong here? Do you know what I mean? Whereas everybody else will be still telling him, it's like in his own head, he's still going, nah, I shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I kind of had that.
Did you really?
Like
yeah.
When I moved from Forest to Villa.
Yeah.
I was sort of like, obviously I had a good season at Forest, got the move to Villa, and I was like, you're playing with like Sir Grealish and Guinea and stuff like that, and you come into a environment where there's big players, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, of course.
And then I just went in, and as you said, you just go with the moment, and you just like do the best you can. And like,
you moved in the September 2020, but in the January you'd been linked with like AC Milan,
big boys.
Everton, When you're hearing these rumours, where do the rumours come? Do you hear them in the press or on Sky Sports, or did you have like your agent or someone close to you saying, do you know what, they're interested in you?
Yeah, I had obviously the agent and stuff. Because in the Jan before the move, I had a few interests and stuff. But I think Forest were often asking for quite a lot of money. And to be fair, we were flying in the Champ, and I didn't really want to move because I have a good connection with the people there. I had a good, the manager was really good with me. The fans were great with me. And we had a chance to sort of go up. So I thought, I don't really want to move here. So I signed a new deal in the January. And then we just missed out on the playoff. We were I think we were top of the league in Jan, to be fair.
Yeah,
that's why
kind
I
of
didn't
fell
want
off,
to move.
I remember, yeah.
And then we were in the playoffs. We were third, fourth for a long way. And then on the last day, we were...
That bonkers one, weren't it?
Yeah, we were 6 points clear with 2 to play with a +4 goal difference.
Got absolutely pumped on the last day. Was it Swansea or something
We were
like that?
6 clear with 2 to play with a +4 goal difference.
Oh.
We played Barnsley away and then Stoke at home. And we lost both. And he rested me in the game before against Barnsley because playoffs was pretty much...
Guaranteed.
6 points with 4 goal difference, you think. Then we lost against Barnsley. And then in the last game, we lost 4-1 and Swansea won 4-1.
Yeah.
It's like...
Mate,
wow.
This was last game of the season, so I remember watching it thinking, oh my God, that has got to be a horrible feeling. When you spent 46 games going, yeah, cool, we're definitely... And then snatched away like that.
6-8 goal swing on the last day.
Yeah, it was mental. Yeah, and obviously we were gutted. And then at the end of it, my agent, not obviously, we had the summer, we had a little bit of a break, and then my agent's phone started ringing. My dad knew a few people, and they started ringing him. And then, Villa, I was on holiday. I remember I was out for dinner and I'd been linked with Fulham and stuff. My agent had spoke to Fulham quite a lot. And then we was out for dinner and Villa called. And I remember my dad's phone going and we were like, who is it?
Yeah.
And he was gone for like an hour.
So what, is your dad like acting as your agent?
Yeah, my dad works with me.
Oh, does he? So your dad does that? Okay,
obviously I have my agent and my dad obviously works with him. So.
Yeah. So guaranteed though, your dad then, so he's taking this phone.
So we're all out
and
for
he's
dinner.
looked at you and he's gone, wait there,
his phone was there and it started ringing and it was an unknown number and we were like, who is it? Because he had quite a few calls on that holiday. And so he's gone and he was gone for an hour and we were like, what is like?
It's a serious one then.
It's a serious one. It's something's happening.
Yeah.
And he came back and he just said, oh, it's Villa, like I think we're going there.
Wow.
And I was like, I was never linked with Villa ever. And I was like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, I want to go to Villa.
Villa, big old club.
It was a massive club.
It was a big transfer, wasn't it? It was like 14 odd mil.
14 to 16, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously I had the right feeling and that, and then I got back and met the people at Villa. Well, my agency done all that.
What happens at that point? Do you get to finish your holiday? So
so I was it was coming towards the end of it.
Okay.
So I had like 2 or 3 days left, and then I was reporting for Villa for Forest. I think it was the week later.
Yeah.
But because there was quite a thing with a fee, obviously Forest were asking for more money. You know what it's like with transfers.
Of course, yeah.
So I reported back to Forest as normal, and then I had like a few sessions with them. And then there was a game against West Brom, but I didn't want to play in it because I didn't want to get injured, and I kind of knew what was sort of going on.
I think sometimes, you know what, as well, even this, right? People sometimes it'll be reported in the news and the media as though he doesn't want to play in this game.
No.
You've got to bear in mind it's a friendly, right?
Yeah.
And you're on the verge of a 16 million pound move to a Premier League club, a big Premier League club as well. Yeah, you're well within your rights to say it's probably not a good idea. Even Forest should have been at this point saying you're not going to be playing in this game, right?
Yeah. It was close to being agreed, and I think it came out, and everyone sort of knew that at that time. But like as I said, Forest was unbelievable. Like I loved my time there.
Really,
they were so good with me. I got a great connection still with everyone there.
Nice.
That club's done a lot for me. So I didn't, and I think everyone knew ever since I signed for Villa, no one sort of from Forest said to me like, why is he leaving? It was sort of like an understandable move.
Yeah, you're progressing.
I wanted to go to the Premier League at the time, and I said at the end of the day, if Forest went to the Prem, it might have been different.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, it was just like everyone sort of understood, and I've never had any like bad comments.
And
from
it was
Forest
really
fans
good money as well, Matt.
Yeah,
well, obviously they're getting very well looked after in part of the deal.
Yeah.
So when you signed the contract. Where did you sign the contract?
I signed the contract at Villa, so it got agreed. I remember I was in at Forest training, and then the chairman come out and said, "Listen, mate, the deal's been agreed with us and Villa," and I was just like really excited.
So you're going to do your medical at this point?
So I trained in the morning at Forest, and then it got agreed. The chairman come out on the pitch and said to the manager, and the manager pulled me and said, "Mate, we've agreed a deal." And then I had to do the medical in the evening.
You're in the middle of the training session, yeah?
The training session was nearly ended, yeah.
But do you walk in at that point?
Yeah, I came in, yeah. But obviously I knew at the time because
yeah. You're just waiting for it.
Yeah,
It's
I was
like-
waiting because
yeah.
you know it's like there was obviously it come out on Sky. There'd been bids and stuff, and it was obviously I knew because my agent was speaking to me. So I knew it was close.
What do you do when you're walking off the pitch? The lads buzzing. The lads are
Lads
like,
are like,
Matty, well done,
yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Well
Like,
done,
I went in,
guys."
and the lads just congratulated me.
That's
and
nice,
that.
though,
And
that,
yeah,
isn't it?
it was
Yeah.
ledge. I had a great like group there. The lads were class. And then I come in, and then I rang my agent. He said, "Yeah, it's done. So we're going to Villa."
Boom.
Signed the contract at Villa.
Yeah, went to
Done
Villa.
deal.
Had
What
a
did you do
medical.
that night?
Had a medical, signed that night. I was living in Nottingham at the time, so I'd done all my medicals, and I stayed over at the Belfry. And then the next day I was in training. Yeah.
You were in
can't.
he was in the Bel Air nightclub at the Belfry, wasn't he?
You're like, so because it's so like emotionally, it takes its toll on you, doesn't it? Like the whole day you're doing your
I lied in that scanning machine for about 2 hours.
That's what I mean.
I was
That's
like, this is so long.
That's the long bit, but then obviously the worry of it going through in the first place, the worry of the medical passing it and making sure everything. Because I guarantee you'll be like every single player when you're getting a big move like this. You're thinking, what if something shows up?
Yeah,
what if like I'm having a heart scan and something shows up on the scan? So it could be anything like that, and it's genuinely emotionally it ruins you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that night, I guarantee you've checked into the Belfry and you were just like, oh my god, thank God.
Yeah,
for
it was
that.
done. I was knackered.
Yeah.
And then I remember I trained the next day. Yeah, I went in the next day. And
Who
I
was the
walked
first
in.
person you called and told? Guess what?
First person I called.
Yeah, I've signed.
Well, you know what social media is like nowadays.
everywhere.
Yeah,
it's
it
there
was already
before
out
it even
there.
happens.
Yeah.
So I even went back on my phone when it got agreed, when I come off the pitch, and I had loads of messages.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
and
just
that.
like, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
do you know?
mad, isn't it?
And it was just
when Ben signed for United, I remember him ringing me and telling me, and he was like, "I've just signed for Man United," and I was like, "It was out," like, and I was like, "What the fuck?" kind of
This
thing.
was
But
like
obviously,
this was 15 years ago. Twitter weren't even a thing.
like, you know, it's like you have all these like people now with no inside information before you even know it.
yeah,
Yeah,
Innit?
I
It's
know.
true,
It's
innit?
mad, mate.
So it was
Football
all.
world
It
now.
was already out. Like even a couple of days before, it was like the deal was nearly agreed. So
And who was the gaffer at the time? Dean Smith.
Dean Smith, yeah. So like obviously, and it's funny because the season before that, Sabri Lamucci came in, and I was a winger at Forest. I was a winger for 4 or 5 years at Forest.
Yeah.
Like a number 8 winger. Sabri Lamucci come in, and he said, "Listen, Matty, the way my fullbacks play, I think you're gonna like be perfect." And I was like, "Fullback? I don't know if I'm gonna like fullback." So we played Alfreton Town in a friendly, pre-season friendly, and Jimmy Gilligan was the manager because Sabri just got the job. So he was in the dugout, and Jimmy said, "Matty, we're going to play you right back today because the gaffer thinks he's just come in and he thinks that you'll be a good right back."
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to play further up.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
don't
like
want that pressure. Leave that pressure
yeah,
to the
like I've never
defenders,
defended
mate.
in my life. So we played Alfreton and whatever, and the game was done. And then obviously Sabri had the job, and he come in and he spoke to me one to one. He said, like, we think you're going to be a good fullback. Started the first game against West Brom, scored in it as a fullback, and then from then on, I just had that. I had a really good season, got in champ team of the season, and then I got my move there. So I only had 1 year at right back.
Right, that's it.
So
yeah.
my first year in the Prem was my second season at right back.
My God.
Wow.
So like, yeah.
And were you happy? Like after a few games, did
I love
you kind of
yeah.
accept it and go,
yeah,
I
loved
like
it.
this.
Because as a modern day fullback, getting up and down, it suits me perfect because I
Yeah.
can join the play. I can like, at the minute we've got like Leon Bailey who loves 1v1. Like I can get round him, link
Yeah,
up
of
and
course,
stuff.
yeah.
And I like joining the play, and I can get some goals and assists from it. And it's like perfect for me.
FPL dream you are, mate, isn't it?
Oh,
FPL dream.
for
Do you play
sure.
Fantasy Premier League, by the way?
Nah, I don't. Nah.
Do you not?
Nah,
What?
I know.
Mate, you
I
don't
don't
need
think
the
any Villa players do after the
yeah,
Jack
after
Grealish
that, I
thing.
remember it a few
Yeah.
years ago, yeah.
No, I don't. So many people play it. Most of the tweets on Twitter now are about that.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Oh, you got booked. What are you getting booked
exactly.
for? I'm like-
If you get booked or you concede a goal, like, oh, that's clean sheet, you get bonus one. Thanks, Matty Cash. Like, you're thinking, mate, come on.
crazy,
get
innit?
It's
Yeah,
mad,
but
mate.
when
yeah.
you get an assist as in a defender, or
Oh.
even better as a GK,
Yeah.
people are loving it, aren't they?
Yeah, you are a hero.
Yeah,
You're a
it's mad.
hero.
So yeah, that was.
Right, so I want to talk about Poland, okay? Where does that come from? How do you make... So first of all, it's on your mum's side, yeah?
Yeah, so Nan and Granddad were born in Poland. Mum's obviously Polish. It's fluent Polish.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Do you speak Polish?
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to learn at the minute, but it's actually a really hard language.
Is it really?
Yeah, like really hard. Yeah.
It looks
I've had a few lessons or whatever, and it's like I leave the lessons. I'm thinking I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Like it's that hard.
I
honestly.
can imagine, yeah.
So it was a discussion what we had like a few years ago, really. Like when I was at Forest, like not breaking in. When I was halfway through Forest, obviously I knew my mum. Obviously, I had Polish in me.
Yeah.
And there was the president at Poland for the Football FA. He didn't really want me. Yeah, so it was like that was sort of off the cards. He didn't really want me.
Why? Did he say why? Any
Because I
reasons?
wasn't born in Poland and I couldn't speak Polish.
A bit
and
political
Yeah,
type thing,
yeah.
yeah,
He
okay.
just said he only wants like homegrown players or whatever, which is fair enough if that's what they want. They have the decision. And then Paulo Sousa was the manager, the last manager before this manager, and I had a call one day just from I think it came out in the press that I was Polish because obviously I was at Villa or whatever, and it got quite big. And then I had a call from the manager, and he said, "Hi Matty, it's Poland manager. Like, we're hearing that you qualify for Poland." And I was like, "Yeah, like, yeah, I do, yeah."
And this was the manager calling.
Yeah.
This is class.
Yeah, and then he said, "Listen, like, we really want you here and stuff like that, and we're going to do everything we can." So it ended up that the president of Poland got my passport for me. Yeah. Like really quickly. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was a discussion in the family that I wanted to do before, so it wasn't just like it happened like that.
Yeah.
It was a discussion that me and my mum, my dad, and family had that would be a great opportunity.
And talk to me about that first time that you meet up with the squad then, because
It was mad.
I
like-
want to know how this goes down. So if you're joining up with the squad and you've got big friggin' Lewandowski chilling there with all his boys chatting Polish, right? How do you get involved in this? Like, what happens?
So like, to be fair, they're great with me. So
Were they?
I met the camp in where were we? Were in Poland, I think. No, was it in Poland? Yeah, I think I met the camp in Poland for the first camp. Yeah, and I'm like, it's Lewandowski, like, it's mad, isn't it? Really, when you think about it. And yeah, the lads have been brilliant with me. They obviously all speak Polish together and stuff, but they join me in English. They all speak.
Do they speak a bit of English?
Yeah,
Anyway?
yeah, they all speak. All of them
do
speak
they
English.
really?
Yeah, everyone. So, and when you're playing, you sort of don't really speak, do you? You just think you just sort of like
just goes, doesn't
yeah,
it?
it just goes. So like when I'm on the pitch, there's no
You can kind of
confusion.
grunt and get through stuff anyway, can't
Yeah.
you? when
But I
you're
guess
playing
you've already
football?
learnt, like...
Yeah, I know.
You know what it's like, because I tried to learn Spanish, and when you try and learn it in your own country and you're not practicing with people, it's really hard. But when you're in amongst people, like even when you go on holiday, pick up little words, like it could be any football kind of term, couldn't it?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I bet you've got all that now already.
Yeah, well, obviously signing Bednarak as well at Villa. He said to me now he's going to speak to me in Polish, and I'm like,
Decent.
Brilliant.
so that will help. Yeah.
What's the point? They all speak English. You may as well just keep Lewandowski then. Give me the lowdown on the big man.
How
class.
good is he at football?
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's just a goal scorer. He's
Is he?
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you can just feel his presence, you know, when he's in around, and like even like the little things when he joins in, like, when he's training and stuff. It's like he's there.
Is he?
You know, like training just goes to another level.
Oh, I love
But
this.
we've got a few like very good players. There's a boy Zielinski. Plays for Napoli. He is honestly, he's in my top 3 that best I played with. But
Seriously?
unbelievable.
And Lewandowski's got to be in that.
Yeah,
as well.
Lewandowski's in that. He's everyone knows Lewandowski. He's
Who
unbelievable.
else in this top 3 then? Sounds
Top
like
three.
a serious top 3.
Top 3 I played with was obviously Jack Grealish.
Of course.
Never
yeah,
seen anything like it.
Really?
Unbelievable, yeah. Like the things he can do is just ridiculous.
Just natural footballer.
Yeah, natural footballer. Like, he'll turn up to training. Like I remember when I first signed for Villa, and it was like he's so good.
Yeah.
Like him, obviously Lewandowski, Zielinski's up there. He's in my top 3. Yeah.
Do you think there's a... I honestly think like there's levels of professional football, yeah, but you always see when you see like the natural players, the people who you give them a ball at the feet and you can just tell, can't you?
Yeah, we're forgetting Coutinho.
Oh
Coutinho.
my gosh! There you go. Prime example. It's like he was born with a ball.
Like the things they do with the ball. Like obviously, when you play, you sort of know how hard it. Like you just know. Like when you see like Coutinho, the way they control it and the way they move and that, it's like how'd you do that?
How'd you learn
it's natural.
that?
Like it's not
That's
Jack
it is.
dribbles with the ball and it's just like natural to him.
Yeah.
He'll run at pace so quick with the ball stuck to his foot. It's just natural, I think.
To see it up close, though.
Like to see it training every day, and for me, it takes you to another level because you
I
want
to
to
do that. Yeah, I want to do that. How do I learn how to do that? And you're asking him, and he's like, I don't know, just do it.
Yeah, I
And
think
you're
they're
like,
just natural footballers.
Give me
like.
some more. Give me some more advice, please. 'Cause I need to know how to do this kind of thing. 'Cause like I said, when you actually see it up close and personal, right? Everybody in the team can see it as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not a bad feeling, but you're like, I wish I had that. I
Yeah.
wish I was so natural like
So
that.
I've been lucky, sort of, in the short space of time that I signed for Villa. I've sort of worked with John Terry, Gerrard, been around, obviously Jack, obviously top players and stuff that are in the squad now.
Yeah.
And then obviously going to Poland like Lewandowski and all the top players. Like to be around that in a short space of time has been great for me, I think. Yeah.
Who's the hardest that you've ever defended against?
Against?
Yeah, that you've kind of gone, wow, they are an absolute
I
handful.
think Sterling, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Sterling's.
What
another
is
level.
it? What's about it?
Just so quick. Like I remember when the Euros was on and I'm seeing people like, how's Sterling playing? And it's just like, Sterling's unbelievable, I think. Like, he's ridiculous. Like, and when you see him live and you're defending 1v1, the little things that he'll do, like dropping his shoulder to get the ball and he'll move me a yard and then he gets a yard. All these little things you don't see as not a footballer.
Yeah.
Like, he'll drop his shoulder, he'll move you 2 yards back, drop it deep and he'll run at you. That's how he creates yards.
Yeah.
And Foden as well. Foden's another level.
Foden's one of the most natural footballers I've ever seen in my life, mate.
But they're like sharper in real life than they
Even
are on
quicker.
TV.
Even quicker,
Yeah.
even faster.
Yeah.
This is what I think so you know, like when England might play the same sort of players all the time and stuff like that, right? Or like a certain player might always start for a team on a Saturday afternoon, right? There's a reason why, yeah? Because that manager gets to see him every single day in training.
And they know how good they are.
And they know how good they are. And they're just waiting for, maybe they're just a little bit low on confidence or something, that player at that moment in time or whatever. But that manager knows that if he can just pick up a few extra percent, he's a match winner. He's good to go. And that's the bit that fans don't see, is it? You get John on Twitter going, he's shit.
Yeah.
Get rid of, why is Sterling starting?
Leave John alone.
But it's true,
It's
though.
like the other night, Sterling, I think, played well, and he had a couple of chances which he, on another day, had scored. But the point is, he's in the position, the runs he makes and whatever. But
and he
here
can
in
play
that
anywhere
inside,
in that front three.
Yeah,
he can
exactly.
play through the middle. He can play left, right, and he's like
Absolutely,
class in them all.
and
Isn't
That's
he?
why
roam
people
about,
like having, when we get guests like you on, Matty, hearing that about him moving you a yard and dropping his shoulder.
It's
This
the
is
little
what
details you
people
don't
like
see.
me and fans don't understand. It's
that
brilliant.
That top level is ridiculous.
Like, he'll square you up 1v1 and he'll run it down the line, and it's like takes it out your legs.
Of course,
so
it does.
hard to like.
Somebody that relentlessly. Do you know who I think is really good at doing that? Wilfred Zaha.
Yeah.
Who will relentlessly keep running down the line.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
get the ball, and you know he's going to do the same thing every single time. He'll try and take you on and run past you, but he just does it every time. He might do it one every 2 or 3 get past you, but he'll just keep doing
Yeah.
it. But it gets you on the back foot, doesn't it? And it tires your legs out.
And I think every winger at this level, whether it's Premier League or international level, they're all top class.
Yeah.
Because if I was a winger like I was at Forest, I would not be in the Premier League.
Yeah, mate, this is what I'm saying. What are you playing at right back for? You don't need that pressure, all right?
Yeah.
You know that every single Saturday, you've got a job on your hands, don't
Yeah,
you?
100%.
Every single
you
Saturday.
could play against anyone and all of the wingers are top.
They are.
Yeah.
Even like in the newly promoted team, doesn't matter. They're going to have a winger who can do a bit, and he's going to be
100%.
rapid, and he's going to have an engine on him.
100%.
Have you swapped any shirts with anybody? What's it like? Do you collect shirts first and foremost?
Yeah, I've got a few shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Pogba.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I've got Memphis Depay when I played against Holland, which is a good one.
Decent, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you scored the goal as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Okay.
Away against Holland, 2-2.
Away against Holland, yeah.
Decent.
Scored, yeah. First goal at 1-0 up, yeah. And then I asked Depay after for his shirt, and he was like, yeah. And he said to me, why'd you keep diving for? No, he said to me, as long as you don't keep diving, you can have it or something. It's just a joke.
I love it, though.
Because I remember I knocked one round him, and he half touched me, and I fell over, dived.
He's fine with the talk. All them players do that kind of stuff anyway.
I've got him, yeah. I've got JT gave me a shirt,
Nice,
yeah, and
that's a
signed
good
it
one,
for me.
isn't
A
it?
good
Yeah.
one, yeah. I've got quite a few, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it, mate? Honestly, I'll say to you,
You got a
like,
good collection here. Actually.
I've got a decent collection, but I wish I'd have started earlier. Honestly, I wish I'd have started earlier. I remember when I was like 24, 5, like your age sort of thing, playing in the Premier League week in, week out, and I'm playing against some of these like who are now absolute heroes. Premier League.
I got Deck's shirt actually. I got Rice's
Yeah,
shirt,
that's what I mean. You need to get them, mate. I swear, because I wish now I'd have started like 15 years ago. Seriously, because like, I look at mine now and I buzz off them and my son wears them and stuff like that. But I'd love to have had some of the classics, because I used to get them and I'd just give them to my mates, or I'd give them to my like whatever. I'd give them to the other lads and stuff like that. Because I was with England at the time, so people would be like, "Oh, try and get me his shirt," and I'll go and ask Lampard or our Terry or whatever, and I'd get it and I'd just give it to the lad kind of thing. But I'm thinking, I wish I'd have kept it. I wish I'd have kept
Ben,
them.
can you just quickly tell us whose shirt you got and lost last season?
Oh, mate, I know. I think I've lost it anyway. Yeah, I got Ronaldo's. I got Ronaldo's from Man United last season.
That?
I give it to my son. I think my son sold it, mate. I'm sure of it, right?
For FIFA coins.
I'm double sure.
He's
he sold it.
100% sold it for FIFA coins, isn't he?
So
and you've lost it?
I bought it home, right, and I washed it straight away. And he was like, "Dad, can I wear it?" So I had to literally put it on. Like, I remember getting home from the game, and I had to put it on turbo, like spin on the washing machine, just so we could wear it. 20-minute quick wash, boom. In the tumble dryer, and he was wearing it he was walking around in it like, oh my god, I've got like Ronaldo shit. I'm like, yeah, this is sick. Like, it's
He's
class.
lost it.
Mate, I can't
Have you
find
had any
it.
parties at home or anything with the family?
Nothing,
and
mate.
They've took it or something.
I don't know where it is. So we was wearing it around the house for like a week or whatever, like solidly. And I kept saying to him, mate, you're gonna have to wash that thing, And he's like, nah, it's class, it's class. I don't know where it is. I have not got a clue where it is. I'm going to have to turn the house upside down, but I pretty much have anyway. It'll turn up. Don't worry about it. It's
Surely he's got it more gutted than you.
Well, unless he sold it and he's buzzing because he's got about £1,000 in his bank account. Oh, God. So, World Cup on the horizon. Obviously, I know you're buzzing. You've got a little injury at the minute, though, yeah? What is the injury? I just want to talk about sort of how it works for football. When he gets injured, what sort of toll it takes on you?
I strained my hammy against. We had a tough week. We had 3 games in a week. And we played Arsenal on the Wednesday night, and I felt a little bit. I had a little bit of a problem in my calf.
Yeah,
but
okay.
bearing in mind, I ain't been injured for ages. Obviously, the season last year, I played every game and didn't miss a minute. So it's about time I had a little something.
Yeah, a little rest or
So I had a little
yeah.
tight calf against Arsenal, and I was running a bit different, putting more stress on my hamstring, and I just tweaked my hammy a little bit. Not a little bit. I had quite a.
What was it? Grade 2?
Yeah, no, it was a grade 3. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
grade 3. So obviously in grades, grade 1 is like you've slightly pulled. Yeah. I mean, 2 is you've done a decent job. It's going to be 6 weeks.
3 is quite a big.
A
I had
3
quite a
is
lot
a
of
big
bleeding
one,
as well, but I had an hamstring injury 2-3 years ago, and I healed quite well from it. So the doc said, "Listen, we got no issues." So it's been 3 weeks, and I'm already out there running now.
Oh wow!
On the balls, I'm doing pretty much everything
on
now.
a grade 3.
Yeah,
you must heal
and
rapidly.
I feel great. Yeah, so I think I'm nearly there. Yeah.
Oh, good to go then.
Yeah.
So then, there we go then. Sweet as a nut. So looking forward to the World Cup then. Okay. So Poland's group, you got Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and then the big boys Argentina.
Yeah. No,
you must be buzzing for this, right?
I can't wait for it. Honestly, the build up to it's like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, in the national team now, everything's building up to that. So you hear it everywhere. I can't wait.
Especially now you've just got the last international break out of the way, and you know you've got what is it, 6-7 games left till the World Cup,
Nearly
and then it's
there
like
now.
right, let's get this on. How weird is it going to be though, having a World Cup in December?
It's gonna be mad, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, no, really weird, yeah. But I think whenever it is, it's gonna be massive, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
you'll
like,
go
whether
there.
it's
Is
in
it
the
so? It's
summer
your first World Cup, yeah?
Yeah, first World Cup.
First major tournament.
Yeah.
Oh mate, you're going to smash it, mate.
It's
You're
gonna be
smash it.
amazing.
And
Yeah.
when you play against Argentina, please try and get the big boy shirt.
Yeah,
please.
Will he play off the right or the left? Do you reckon?
No, he can play where he can do whatever he wants. But he can play goal if he wants. Bothered. We spoke to Emi Martinez like a few months back, and he said he knows the kitman really well, and he says every single game, Messi has to have 100 shirts taken, 100 Argentina shirts taken, because they have to give that many away to the opposition.
No way.
100.
Well, that's good. I'll get one
Like,
then, won't I?
everybody wants one. So like, if you can get the match worn one,
Yeah.
I've been walking off the pitch, and then you can like
Give it to your son, he'll sell
No,
it.
Give it to Benson.
My son makes some serious money off this, all right?
I'm keeping that. That'd be unreal, wouldn't it?
Oh,
I might have a
okay.
chat with Emmy actually and say, listen.
There you go.
Oh,
then.
there you
That's
go.
a good
Line it up.
contact, isn't it?
Yeah, there you
You've
go.
got a head start, big time.
You have
there.
got a head
That's a big
start.
head start.
I'd say Lewandowski probably has got a bit, because he probably knows Leo quite well. To be honest with you.
He'll probably get it
He's
first.
probably
will.
got 4 already.
Mate, no,
Nah.
if I take one of them, I don't care if it's
Mate,
a match
don't
worn.
bother.
I'll take that.
Yeah. All right, Matty, we've got some quick fires. It's time for quick fire questions. You ready for this? Yeah.
I'm ready, yeah.
Nothing too dodgy, I promise.
All
All
right.
right. Do you have any hidden skills?
Hidden skills.
Any hidden skills?
I'm a good snooker player.
Are you?
Top, yeah.
How good at snooker? I'm good at snooker, you know.
62 break, I've had. I got a table at mine if you fancy it,
Have
mate.
you?
What's your
Yeah,
highest
yeah.
break, Ben? What's your highest break?
52.
He's made that up.
I swear my life, 52.
Seriously?
I play for my dad's snooker team.
Seriously?
Yeah, on a Wednesday night, I'll play down the Lillington Club, which is
Do
like
ya?
I've always played for my dad's
Mate,
snooker team.
do you know what though? Because I'm up here on my own. I have no one to play snooker with.
Genuinely.
Genuinely.
Oh, mate, we're going to have to start a
Mate,
little
I'm there
score-off then.
practicing at home and I've got no one to have a game with.
Mate, how good is snooker?
Love mate, it's what I do. I'm snooker and golf. I play off 3 at golf, so I'm like
You play off 3 at
Yeah,
golf?
yeah.
Wow. So you've
Yeah.
got 2 hidden skills then?
Yeah.
Golf and snooker?
Yeah, I play off 3.
So you're better at golf than you are
better
at
at
snooker.
golf than I am snooker, but I love snooker
We're
more.
playing Wentworth tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
West or
West.
yeah, West
I ain't
class.
got a clue.
Yeah, I'll
Mate,
go
I'm
down
buzzing that you play snooker.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love
Get him in your
snooker.
dad's team. Get him in your dad's
Mate,
team.
honestly, I would actually be so up for that.
Genuinely.
Genuinely.
Mate, Matty Cash, Lillington thirds, right? Matty
me
Cash,
on there.
Matty Cash, that's it. Signed and sealed,
Mate, I'll
mate.
be up for that. 100%.
You have to pay 20 quid a year Lillington subs, though, all right, to be a member of the club,
Perfect.
yeah? Cool? Cool.
No worries.
Ah, what
Yeah,
a guy.
we'll have a
What
game.
a signing for Lillington.
Lillington, it's it. Signed and sealed. It's done, mate.
It's a done deal.
It does. Favourite meal?
Favourite meal? Steak, egg and chips.
Oh,
classic, mate.
Can't
Can't be that.
Full belly
Do you know
after
what?
that.
With a bit of onion and mushroom on top as
Yeah, I
well.
like
Burnt
that.
onions, top.
Caramelised, then, yeah.
Mustard as well.
Yeah, decent. Full belly. I love it. Idols growing up?
Idols growing up. Frank Lampard was
Yeah?
my idol, yeah, growing up. Yeah.
Nice, I like it.
Yeah.
Favourite drink? Not alcohol.
Nah, favourite drink. I like Lucozade Sport.
Which one? Which one though? The fizzy one.
Not the fizzy one.
The orange fizzy
Orange
one.
fizzy.
The orange.
I love that one. Yeah.
We all know the orange fizzy
Love
one.
an
mate.
orange fizzy.
Yeah,
I like the other one, but that's more of a sporty drink.
Yeah, it's a sporty one. Yeah.
Orange Lucozade.
It's what you used to have when you were ill when you were a kid. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
no, yeah.
Ill because it's got that much sugar in it, all hung over.
Yeah, I like Coke as well, but I don't drink loads of it. But I like a cold pint of Coke when you're
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
snooker.
yeah. We get one of them at the Lillington Club, mate, all day long. They got Coke on
Ben,
tap.
you've already
yeah?
signed him. Don't worry
Coke on
about it.
tap.
Surely the Coke comes with a £20 a year, nah?
No chance, mate. They got to make money somehow. It's,
Li-
it's
liability,
a social club,
that.
all right? What is the best advice you would give to a younger Matty Cash?
To me or
Yeah.
younger generation
Anything
kids?
to yourself. If there's anything that when growing up you thought, oh, I wish I would have said this to my younger self and could have done this better.
I don't actually know.
Advice to younger kids then.
Advice to younger kids, in terms of younger kids that want to be footballers, don't let things get in the way. Just go and do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my story personally, from where I've had like a setback, and I've obviously overcome the setback by working hard. Work hard with everything you do, I think.
Love that. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't think about it too much.
Nah.
Just get your head down.
Get
and
your
do
head
it.
down. Don't let people get in your ear. Just straight and narrow, and just do your work, I think.
What would Matty Cash have been if he wasn't a footballer?
Golfer.
you probably could have.
My sister's a pro golfer, yeah.
Is she?
Yeah, she lives in America, Texas, yeah. She's got a scholarship there, yeah.
Mate, you got a talented family.
Dad's
you
off
have.
4, brother's off 2, I'm 3, and my sister lives in America and plays.
Get out.
Yeah, it's carnage. So we have family holidays golfing every year, and it's like, it's massive.
Do you?
Yeah, we go golfing every year, yeah,
Like,
the family.
it's
And my mum and my brother's wife will just sit there and sunbathe.
competitive, like match play and
Oh,
doubles
honestly,
and all that.
we'll wake up in the morning, right? And it'll be breakfast, and there's not really a lot of chat. It'll be game on. Yeah. And my brother is the most competitive guy. Me and my brother are similar ages, and we've sort of done everything growing up as kids. So it is proper competitive. And then sometimes we'll do a double. So me, my brother v my dad and my sister, and it'll be
Amazing.
game on. Yeah, no messing around.
Just a word of advice: don't ever play him at golf because he's a cheat.
Is he? Yeah.
No, I'm not a cheat, mate. I'm a 16 handicapper, yeah, but sometimes I play really well, and that's it.
No 16 handicappers drive the ball 350 yards, Ben.
Yeah, 350 yards that way, all right?
Yeah, whatever. Move on. Next question.
On the first, it goes on the third.
Yeah, we played. When we played JCB course, we played the other day.
Oh, nice that.
Started off with a birdie on the very first hole. Like we're playing with the guy who's a scratch handicapper, and he's gone, and you're playing off 16, and I'm going, pot luck, honestly. Yeah, but next hole, didn't I? Scuffed into
Yeah,
the
but
friggin'.
we were playing doubles. He birdied the first. I played off 18. You were off
Yeah.
16. He birdied the first. I birdied the second.
Second, yeah. This
and then it
guy's
went
going
to
off.
shit.
God.
I talk about golf, Tubes, right?
Yeah.
He's invited me on the golf, so get onto that.
Get on it.
Tubes, but
Yeah.
you'll love it, mate.
I'm going on it, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. He's
Yeah.
the nicest man in the world,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
You'll love it.
I'm
You'll
getting on it,
absolutely
yeah. I
buzz
think
off
we're
it.
doing it in the next couple of weeks. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love it. Okay. Oh God. Who is your favourite superhero?
Favorite superhero?
Do you watch superhero films, Marvel, all that kind
like
of stuff?
Spider-Man and that.
Spider, yeah. Is
Yeah,
Spider
I
on
like
there?
Spider-Man. He's
Yeah?
a superhero, isn't
Yeah,
he?
of course, yeah.
Spider-Man. Give me some other ones. Superheroes.
Captain America,
Captain
Thor,
America.
Thor.
Batman.
Spider-Man.
Hulk.
Yeah, I like Hulk.
Yeah,
Actually.
everyone likes Hulk.
Spider-Man.
Now, obviously, we know that you're a big golfer, snooker player. As a fan, what is your bucket list item to go and watch?
Do you know what, right? Me and my brother love snooker, and I know Judd Trump, right?
Yeah.
And he got us into the World Championships, and we had backstage everything.
Is that Crucible?
Yeah, Crucible, yeah. So we went down the Crucible, me and my brother. I was more buzzing than I was anything else. So we've gone behind stage, met the players, met on the practice tables. Steve Davis was there.
What are the practice tables like? Are they tighter, the pockets, by the way?
No, the same as match.
Are they really?
Yeah, the exact same as the match, yeah.
So you know, so I'm just saying this because like where we play snooker, yeah, they're like practice tables.
Yeah.
Basically. The pockets are just a little bit bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
But like match and then that level of tables, the
Height.
pockets
Do you have
are.
the match tables down at there?
No, they're not match.
No.
One of them's a match table. One of them's like a practice. So everybody wants to play on the other one because they're a bit more forgiving. do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. But like we went down there. We had the day there. It was unreal. We had met Steve Davis. Had like just chatting to him there for ages. Ronnie was there.
Oh,
Obviously Judd, I know. Jack Lewandowski, I know.
Nice.
So like we had it all. We had dinner,
Yeah,
everything.
wow.
It was great there. And then we watched Judd play. Who did Judd play? I can't remember who he played, but we watched it. Brilliant.
oh, mate.
Anything else on the list?
That I want to do.
Yeah,
or,
sport-wise, big games around the world.
I'd love to go to the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to do that.
Augusta?
Masters.
I'd love to go Augusta.
Oh,
yeah.
Masters would be a joke.
Masters.
Would be.
What was the other one I wanted to do? I said to my brother the other week, I said I'd love to go somewhere.
A
I've
golfing one.
I've done Wimbledon. Wimbledon's a good day.
Yeah,
out.
Wimbledon would be nice. Yeah.
I've done
But
that.
you'd be like me if it's something that I'm buzzing off and I want to do. Like,
like snooker. That
or
Crucible
golf.
is unbelievable.
Yeah, I love
Going
that,
to
mate.
Augusta as well would be up there. That's the one. I'd say.
I love it.
Mm.
Right, what is the best moment in your career so far?
Best moment. Well, you put aside your debuts and that. Qualifying for the World Cup for me was every boy's dream, innit? Going to the World Cup. So that playoff game, the final, was unbelievable.
Yeah, I'll bet your answer is about to change then because you're about to go to the World Cup and then afterwards you'll go, that was the best moment of my
probably.
career.
Yeah, and you could say obviously making your debuts as a kid or
Yeah.
whatever. Not as a kid. For Villa and for Forest were massive at the time, but going to a World Cup's massive. Yeah.
I love that. Best player you've ever played with? The number one.
Number one with.
Yeah. With.
Oh, that's a tough question.
That's a tough question.
Because there's 4 that are right up there.
You've got to pick one of them,
Gun
all
to your
right?
head now. Go. Got to pick one.
Because he's the best player in the world. He's up there. Lewandowski's the best player. Yeah,
Really, yeah.
Well, he's the best in the world. He's up there. Him and
Yeah.
Kane are up there with the 2.
Oh,
The
How
best
ab-
strikers in the world. So
Yeah.
him.
How about the best football match you've ever seen?
Best football match I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
could be in person. It could be on TV. Is there a game best football match you've ever seen?
Champions League final when Bale scored the overhead kick.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was a great game, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was nice.
I like the close games where they're just attacking football. I don't like all this possession stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate.
I like attacking football, goals, fun. I think that's what everyone wants
Everyone
to see.
wants
Yeah,
to see
And
that
when you're
kind of
watching
stuff.
another team, you're almost like a fan, aren't you?
Yeah,
so
true
you wanna see that.
Best goalkeeper you've ever played with? Oh.
Goalkeeper I've ever played with. Oh, could hurt some people here.
Have a top 3. Have a top 3.
Yeah, I'll have a top 3. My top 3 is Chesney, Martinez.
Yeah,
Yeah, them 2.
yeah.
Chesney and Martinez are top
That's solid top 2, that is, mate.
What, by the way, how nice is Emi Martinez?
Yeah,
top guy. Yeah,
lovely, isn't
really
it?
good guy.
Did you ever play at Poland with Fabianski? You wouldn't have, would you?
No.
I can imagine. I've only met him a few times, right? But I just know he's the
You love him,
nicest
don't
man
you,
I've
Ben?
ever met.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
it. I just
To be
know
fair,
it.
he wished me good luck when we played West Ham. We had West Ham the day before the game before my getting called into the first team, and he said to me good luck.
What a guy.
So thanks to him, yeah, as well.
Mate, I think that was about it. Honestly,
Yeah.
that was absolutely top class.
Class.
Matty, seriously.
Polish CAFU has lived up to the billing. What a guy.
Not even lived up, mate. He is.
Exceeded.
He's exceeded. He is the main. You are such a lovely bloke, and you've been an amazing guest. And literally, mate, as always, we finish every podcast by looking into this camera here, and I'll start it off. Tom will follow, and then you, and we go up the Fozcast.
Up the Fozcast.
Up the Fozcast.
Yes, you did it. Well done. Yay,
Top man.
lovely, mate.
Enjoyed that.
Really enjoyed that. Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed the latest episode of the Fozcast. Don't forget to give us a follow on Spotify. Up the Fozcast.